You watched something that used to make you cry and felt nothing. You got good news and felt nothing. You're not sad. You're not even numb the way people describe numb. You just feel far away from your own life. And what I'm about to explain isn't in most textbooks yet, but it's happening to more people than ever before. Before we keep going, like this video, comment where you're watching from, and subscribe, because this might explain a feeling you never had a name for. Meet Jordan, 26, works remote for a tech company in Denver, Colorado. Jordan used to love music, used to cry at movies, used to feel genuinely excited for weekends. Now Jordan scrolls through 5 different apps at once, watches shows with subtitles just to stay engaged, and can't remember the last time something made them feel truly present. Friends think Jordan seems fine. Jordan doesn't feel fine. Jordan feels like a ghost standing next to their own life. Here's the thing therapists are starting to see more and more, and it isn't classic depression. It's called emotional blunting from chronic overstimulation, and it works differently than sadness. Sadness is a feeling. This is the absence of feeling, a kind of static where emotion used to be. Your brain runs on a system called dopamine, and dopamine isn't really the pleasure chemical people call it. It's the anticipation chemical. It's what makes you feel something is about to matter. Every notification, every scroll, every autoplay video gives you a tiny hit of that anticipation, over and over, hundreds of times a day. And here's the part that changes everything. Your brain adapts to whatever level of stimulation you give it constantly. If your baseline day includes 50 small dopamine spikes, then a real conversation, a sunset, a quiet afternoon with someone you love, these start to feel like nothing. Not because they stopped mattering, because your baseline moved. Wait, there's more. And this is the part that surprised even the researchers. Dr. Anna Lembke, a psychiatrist at Stanford who studies addiction and the brain's pleasure-pain balance, has described how modern life keeps people constantly tipping toward pleasure-seeking, and the brain responds by dragging itself back the other way, toward that same flat, joyless middle ground Jordan is stuck in. Think about that. The exhaustion, the flatness, the feeling of watching your own life through glass. That's not a personality problem. That's a nervous system trying to recalibrate against constant microstimulation and losing. Here's what almost nobody tells you. This isn't only about phones. Jordan's actual job is part of it too. Constant Slack pings, constant context switching, a calendar packed edge to edge with no white space. Every open tab is another tiny spike. Every switch between tasks is another tiny reset. By the time Jordan gets home, their nervous system has already spent its entire capacity for anticipation on things that didn't matter. But wait, there's one more layer, and it's the one that finally made Jordan take this seriously. Chronic emotional blunting doesn't just flatten the good feelings. Eventually, it flattens the early warning signs too. The small, anxious flutter that tells you a friendship is one-sided. The quiet unease that tells you a decision is wrong for you. If you can't feel the small stuff anymore, you lose the compass that used to guide you. That's the real danger. Not that life feels boring, that your own instincts go quiet right when you need them. So what actually helps someone like Jordan? Not a dramatic digital detox that lasts 3 days and collapses. It starts smaller and stranger than people expect. It starts with boredom, on purpose. 15 minutes a day with absolutely no input. No phone, no music, no show in the background. Just sitting there. Most people describe the first few days as uncomfortable, almost itchy. That discomfort is actually the nervous system recalibrating, learning that stillness isn't a threat, that silence doesn't need to be filled immediately. Jordan started doing this on the drive home, leaving the radio off for 10 minutes instead of filling every second. The first week felt unbearable. By week 3, Jordan noticed something small, really noticing the color of the sky one evening. Nothing dramatic, just a color. But it was the first time in over a year that anything had actually landed. That's how this comes back. Not all at once. In small, unremarkable moments that expose to be invisible, slowly becoming visible again. If you've been feeling far away from your own life lately, you're not broken, and you're not lazy. Your nervous system has just been running at a pace it was never built to sustain. It can recalibrate. This needs less noise, not more effort. If this describes something you felt but never explained, send it to someone who needs to hear it. And if you want to understand why some people chase stimulation even harder against pulling back, subscribe, because that one's coming next.